Right, here we are again with second part of our multiplayer showcase, and this time we are going to play Ticket to Ride. Just checking if everything's set up correctly here. Yes, seems it is. So, Ticket to Ride, another multiplayer game. Let me just check if... Oh, wrong button, guys. That was quit, apparently. I want to check the options if I can turn down the music volume a little bit. Options. Hall of Fame settings. Right, I think that's better. Play. Now, what we can do here is play solo against the AI or online. Online, the problem is here that you can see there are different maps, depends on the DLCs that you have. The issue here is that many games will be relatively fast-paced among players who know the game. So I think to showcase the game, I will just play against the AI. Because then I will have all the time in the world to give you the explanations. So we'll play solo against 3 AI opponents on the US map. The Ticket to Ride, another board game, a pretty old board game. There is a physical board game originally, and then it came digitally. I owned this game long before it came to Steam. I've played it a lot before it came to Steam. There's also a mobile version. I have this game also on iPad. It's a very fun game with friends or against random people on the internet. So the first thing we have to do here, Ticket to Ride, is all about trains. Yes, trains again. And you need to get the... when the time runs out, or when the game ends, the player with the most victory points will win. And you can get victory points by making routes and by getting tickets. So tickets... This ticket, for instance, will mean I get 20 points if I manage to get a route all the way from Los Angeles to Miami. This one's only 10, but it's a shorter route, and this one's 11. So connecting these two stations with railroads will give you these points. However, if you have tickets, if you have taken tickets, and at the end of the game you have not made that route, then you will get 10 or 20 points penalty. So this is a rather important one. If I take Los Angeles, Miami, and I end up not making that route, it will probably cost me the game. With this one, I may still win, but... And you can choose at the start 2 or 3 tickets. You can't take just one, you need to take at least 2. This one might add up pretty well with the one I have. This one not so much, because Duluth is far away from the other ones. Alternatively, I could take these 2. But that would only give me 21 victory points. So I'm gonna go with Los Angeles, Miami and Portland, Phoenix. And then we start the game. Every player can do 3 types of actions during their turn. The first one is to get more tickets. The second one is to grab some trains, some wagons. And the third one is to make a route with the wagons that you already possess. At the moment I don't have many wagons, so I'm gonna grab new wagons first. And you have two choices: either you grab wagons over here that are shown, there are 5 different ones, or you grab random ones from over here. You can take 2 wagons each turn, except when you take this one. This is a locomotive. If you take a locomotive, it counts for 2, so I can only take 1 locomotive. If you take one from the pile, you get a random wagon, but it may turn out to be a locomotive. So you can even get 2 locomotives that way, but you may end up with wagons of a color that is not good for you. So that's a bit of the payoff here. Either you take random ones or you take ones that are shown. So I'm gonna pick 2 random ones, or let's just look at the colors that I need. Green, so to claim routes you need the color of the wagons that is shown here. So to claim this route between Portland and San Francisco, I need either purple wagons or green ones. I already have 1 green and 1 purple. I could take this purple one. I also need red, probably. So we can already see I will plan to make a route that goes all the way from Miami to Portland, passing through Los Angeles and Phoenix. I'm gonna grab a random one, hoping to get some locomotives along the way. It's just the start of the game, so getting random wagons is usually a good thing. Yellow over here already claimed this route between Kansas and Omaha. I'll get into some of the nuances shortly, because you can see there's 2 routes over here. Because we are playing with 4 players, someone can still claim this second route. If you play with only 2 players, then only one of the routes can be claimed, and that means that this connection would be locked off for the other players. So part of the strategy in this game is not just to make your own connections, but also to block your opponents to make the connections they need. I'm gonna pick this red one because we will need 6 red wagons to make this connection. And a random one. Now here you can also see the score you get from making a route. If you make a route with 1 wagon, you get 1 point, 2 wagons 2 points, 3 wagons 4 points, 4 wagons 7 points, 5 wagons 10, and 6 wagons 15 points. So making longer routes is to change the title. Yes, I usually forget that, Gary. Thank you very much for mentioning it. Let me get to that right away. I will need to change it in the video because it keeps the title from the start of the stream. Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride. So I've now updated the stream information, but I will have to remember to change the replay as well after I finish the stream. Thanks for the reminder, Gary. Valid point. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so the longer routes you claim, the more points you get. You also get points from the tickets that you make, penalty for tickets that you don't make. And then there is the bonus for the longest route, the longest consecutive route. That also gives you 10 bonus points. And the game ends, everyone starts with 45 wagons. When one player has 2 wagons or less, then that means the last turn just started. And every player gets 1 more turn to play. And then the game ends. So we can see here how many wagons every player has left, how many wagons they have in their hand, wagon cards, and how many tickets they are holding. We don't know which ones, of course, but we know all of them took exactly 2 tickets. We did the same. Let me grab some more random wagons here. And yellow keeps claiming routes. Now usually it is a better strategy to grab more wagons first and to hold off grabbing routes, unless there is one that you really need, such as in my case the one between Houston and New Orleans. Imagine someone takes this route, then I would go all the way around. So this is kind of a dangerous one. The other ones here, which are 6 long, nobody is going to grab them just to block me. So they will only grab it if they need it themselves, and if they do, then I may have to look for a different route. But the 2-1 over here is a dangerous one, so I might go ahead and grab that straight away. And I'm gonna use the white wagons for that. If you see the gray routes, you can grab them with just any color of wagons. So you just need 2 wagons of the same color, but it doesn't matter which ones. If you want to take, for instance, this red route, then you can only make that with red wagons. You can fill up with locomotives. Locomotives are like your jokers. You can use them for any, you can substitute them for any color of wagon. Let's grab these. I grab a red one and there's a locomotive instead. So if I had grabbed this from the pile, I would have gotten a locomotive. That's too bad. And there's another red one. And another locomotive. Damn it! And when there are 3 locomotives in this row, then the row is redrawn. And another red one. I'm not gonna grab the 6th one, because when I grab random wagons, sorry, then I may get a 6th red one anyway. Still need purple or green, although we already have 2. Oh yeah, we need green for this one, so we will use purple for that and green for this. But there's no green in here, so I'm just gonna grab random ones, and we get a locomotive. That's good. And another one. Awesome turn. 2 locomotives. Locomotives are obviously always a good thing. Purple, that's good. And green. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Right, red's also going here, so we may need to grab that red route as soon as possible, because there is a risk he will head over to Miami. Although I have been taking all the red wagons, so it's unlikely that he can make this route at this point. I'm still not gonna take the risk, because it's an important one. From here, from Houston, we have many different options to get to Phoenix. But if I miss the red route, I will have to go through here with orange or yellow and then blue. I don't even have any blue. So I'm gonna grab that last red one and a random one. Of course, gameplay against AI is totally different. I've played a few games against our friend Stubar, and I lost most of them. Whereas against the AI, I usually win. And that is because the AI is mostly concerned with its own game, whereas a human opponent will try to see what you are planning to do and block off your routes. So gameplay against humans is more destructive, while play against the AI is more constructive. And we'll grab this route, giving us 15 points. So we now have 17 points. Versus 8, 7 and 11. So we are in the lead at this point in time, although we have no clue, of course, how the other players are doing to get their routes, their tickets. Portland, Phoenix, LA, Miami. Technically speaking, you can make two different routes. The connecting everything together only matters to get the 10-point bonus for the longest route. In practice though, the longest route is often the decisive factor who wins the game. So we don't need more red, we need green or purple. And anything else, it doesn't really matter as much. So I'm just gonna grab random ones. Because we need 3 long routes of any color, so whether we get orange or black or yellow, it doesn't really matter as much. More green, that's good. Game's going pretty well thus far. And you can see that red and blue are kind of fighting for space around here. They're really blocking each other, or they risk blocking each other. While yellow is making a totally different route, and we are completely separated at the moment. That's good. Blue, no. Yellow, no. Red, no. Just random ones then. And now we get another red one. If only we hadn't taken that red one from the pile. Purple, that's good, and more red. Right, we need 1 more purple, we need 3 more green. Although we can substitute with jokers. So mostly the green is the ones I'm missing most at this point. Alternatively, I may follow this red route to Dallas and then a 1 route to Houston. Of course the green is more ideal, gives me more points and takes 1 less turn to make, which is also important. So grabbing longer routes is double win because you need less turns and you score more points. Let's see, are we going to grab something yet? I might as well start making a few connections here because I want to go from LA through Phoenix. If someone takes that route, that would kind of be a problem because it would make us take a whole turn around. So we're gonna make that connection now. And then, so as you can see guys, this is a fairly simple casual board game, but it can be fun with friends, and blocking each other off can be hilarious at times. Blue, yellow, red, orange, nothing I really need. So let's make with yellow, though we already have 4 yellow, so it's better perhaps to keep that for later. I'm gonna just grab random, and a green one, that's good. And we'll use the red for this connection. Then we can use green plus the locomotives to make that connection, and then we just need yellow and purple for here. We only need 1 more green, purple or a locomotive to make our complete connection. We're doing pretty well here. I have 2 options now. I could go on claiming routes. I could continue to grab some wagons. We have 31 wagons left and only 16 cards, so until we reach the end game we'll still need about 14-15 more wagon cards. So I might continue just grabbing wagons at this point, or I could grab some more tickets, or make perhaps this yellow connection. Yeah, I'm gonna make the yellow connection just in case someone grabs it, because if I need purple I will need purple twice. I can't use green here because I already need 6 green down here below. And we'll hold off with the green and the purple because they are not under any threat at this point. And they're long routes, so nobody's gonna just grab them just to block us off. And I'm gonna grab more tickets. San Francisco, LA, wow, this is an awesome one. We can easily get to Atlanta. Dallas, New York, that's harder. And Denver, El Paso is doable, but it's only 4 points. Shall we grab Dallas, New York? That's the question. The route from Atlanta to New York, there's already a lot of blocked off, and this one is a slow one because it takes 3 different routes. It's not hard to do, but it takes a lot of turns just for this 11. And we still need to get to Dallas as well. So I think I'll hold off and just grab this one. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab San Francisco, Atlanta. And while we're at it, the best route there, the shortest one is yellow-orange, but the blue one would get us more points. It's 5 in length. We don't have much yellow or orange anyway, and there's 2 blue ones over here, so I'm just gonna grab the blue ones. Now this is probably gonna be an easy victory against the AI, but I'm hoping it's doing a good thing to just showcase the game to you guys, and it's not a hard game at all. A lot easier to understand and to see what's going on than the previous one, Gremlins Inc. No more blue left, no green, no purple. Just grab random ones. And we're in no luck. Although we do get all yellow, so we may use the yellow later on. We have a backup plan. Choo-choo, yeah. Music pretty fun, but it's kind of repetitive. It's always the same song. Yeah, we have a backup plan now with yellow to get to Atlanta, just in case someone grabs this blue route over here. Blue, that's good. And another locomotive, right. I'm considering, since I have nothing special to grab here, to just go for a few more tickets. We need 1 purple for the San Francisco-Portland connection, 2 green for El Paso-Houston, and 2 blues for Miami-Atlanta, or 1 yellow for New Orleans-Atlanta. And we have 3 locomotives, so there's a lot of options. You have it, Mosty. Oh, that's good to know. We already have Stubar as well, who owns this game, so that's one of the plus points if some of you guys already have a game. That makes it a lot easier to set up some multiplayer, unlike a game that people still need to buy. Right, I'm just gonna grab more tickets here, because we are almost set to grab the remaining routes anyway. Nobody's close to finishing the game. And I may regret this afterwards. Yep. I either need to get to New York or Montreal, or Denver and Pittsburgh. Now we always also have to count how many trains we still need to complete what we already have. So this is 5, 6 and 5. So that's 16. That leaves us with 12 more trains after we make the connections to Atlanta, Portland and the missing route over here. 12 more. So can we get to Boston and to Montreal, sorry, because we already have New Orleans and Miami on our route. So Boston and Montreal, they're close. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 8, 11. It is feasible, but it is risky. The advantage is that if we get there, we probably will manage to get both. And Denver-Pittsburgh is not ideal either, of course. Denver and Pittsburgh, we both need to get there. So I'm tempted to go for both tickets and try to get all the way from Atlanta now to Montreal. These are a lot of short routes, so the color of wagons will not matter that much. We'll just have to get them in pairs of 2. The only thing is that since they're shorter routes, it will take us quite a few turns to make all the connections. But at this point in time, well, the others are still far from completion also, so it is risky. It's either getting 25 points or probably losing 25 points, which could cost us victory. I'm just gonna grab it because the alternative is taking the cheapest one and just already assuming that we're not gonna make it, and take this one for the smallest penalty. But I think I can do this, so let's just take a bit of a risk here and go for the more ambitious routes. I would never do this against a human opponent because I probably wouldn't make it, but against the AI, I'm relatively comfortable that I can pull this off. Right, let's make the connections we already can. Black over here. I wanted to pick that green one, but it's gone, since there were 3 locomotives. Yellow or red. Yeah, let's just take this one as well. The advantage here is they're double routes, so they can't just suddenly get blocked off. Would already take 2 players claiming one of them to block us off there. Purple, yes. Green, yes. Excellent. If we don't need the locomotives here, then we can use them at the end for the remaining routes. That's ideal, of course. Trying to keep the locomotives for the very end. And let's grab this purple route now. At least this finishes one of our 4 tickets. Right, now the question is, do we use already one of our locomotives to make this green connection? It does take away the risk that we may not make our biggest one, Los Angeles, Miami. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead with this one. We may regret this if we take some random wagons and get a green one, but I think the risk of not making our biggest route is too big. You can also see that we're doing very well on making the longest consecutive route. Blue has a long one. Red doesn't have any connection and is getting blocked off here completely by yellow and blue. Yellow doesn't have a very large route altogether and hasn't got many points. She's also only scored 18 points thus far. We have 58, blue has 57 and red has 30. So it looks at the moment that blue is our only real contender for winning this game. But of course we have no idea what their tickets are. Seems like yellow and red have took 1 extra ticket, meanwhile blue is only still got 2 tickets. We have 13 wagons left and blue 16. Yellow and red still a lot more. So they'll need more time, but they may be ready to claim some of the larger routes. So let's not discount them just yet. We could take the blue route now with 3 and 2 locomotives, but I rather keep the locomotives for later. We're gonna need wagons anyway in pairs of 2, so let's just grab random ones. Hope we either get 2 of the same color, a yellow one, a blue one, or a locomotive. Purple, and the locomotive, that's good. Oh, red is heading over here. Good thing we took the purple route. Oh, and... okay, I wish I had taken the blue route then. Luckily, of course, we have this alternative using the purple route, or we could go through here with yellow. Which might be a better idea because we would still need to make this connection for 2. That's 6, 8, 10, 12, and we only have 13 wagons, so that's very risky. Only one route getting blocked off and we will not have enough wagons to make it. So I probably will go with the yellow route over here. Too bad I already spent 2 yellows for this connection. So we need yellow now, urgently. We don't need the blue anymore. So I might just, instead of taking this 2 route, I may take the 3 blue route. But we'll keep that for the late game. Because 3 will get us more points, it gets you 4 points. But let's focus now on making this connection first to Atlanta with yellow, and then these two wagon routes, green and more green. That's good. Oh no! Oh, we are getting in trouble here if we aren't careful. Green. We don't need green anymore, so I'm not gonna take the risk of losing this connection. But I still have to take the yellow one. So the question is, yep, another route sealed off. Do I spend my 3 locomotives to make this yellow connection? I already have 3 to make this blue connection, so the only thing that would be left is this 2, and there's 5 black wagons. We can easily grab 2 black wagons to make this connection, so I'm gonna do this. First make this one. This is the most important, so at least I get the Atlanta ticket. Then we'll grab 2 black wagons, then grab this connection to make the ticket to Boston. And then use the 3 blue ones to make the connection to Montreal. Right, I think we're gonna win this, guys, but blue only has 5 wagons left. Okay, he's taking some trains. If he had grabbed if he had made a route of at least 3 long, then the game's last turn would start and I wouldn't have been able to make both connections. But he took some wagons, so we're safe. We can grab this one. Making us another ticket. We've only 1 ticket left. And now hope blue doesn't take this last. No, he's taking wagons. Excellent. Should we take more tickets or wagons? We don't want to give him more time. So we will have 2 wagons left, but that's no problem. And I have 2 wagons or less, so it's now the last turn. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to win this game. Although it's not a big achievement against the AI. But I think I have the longest route. Although yellow, if he makes this connection here or here, nah, I'm pretty sure I have the longest route already. Is there a route 1 long? Yeah, I can still make it a bit longer over here, so I'm gonna do that with my last turn. And then we see the end result. So now we will see for each player, ticket per ticket, if they made it or not, and how that impacts their score. And then finally, who gets the longest route as well. A score of around 150 is really good. Can get scores of 200 or more, but then you need to have a bit of luck with your tickets, and you need a lot of tickets to do that. Red already lost. I think Blue's the only real opponent here, and I doubt he's gonna make it with only 2 tickets. So I should be safe. Oh, he didn't make his longest route. Yep. Blue ends in the last place even. That's a surprise. And I have the longest route, so pretty solid victory over here. There we go. Ticket to Ride, ladies and gentlemen. So, please let me know what you think. I will just quit the game. I don't think me playing against the AI is that great to watch. But I think it is a good showcase to show what it's about. So please let me know, guys, what you think about Gremlins Inc. and Ticket to Ride. Do you consider buying one of these games? Do you already own it? And are you interested in playing them in multiplayer? Goblins Inc. I'm not sure if Gremlins Inc. you mean mostly, yeah. So Ticket to Ride, yeah. I know Stubar was really interested in playing this together with some friends, and I'm definitely in for some games. It's a very casual game. Although I'm not sure, I have played this quite a bit in the past, so Gremlins Inc. personally interests me more, but I am willing to play Ticket to Ride as well. It's not a game that I would like to play like several times a week, but for an occasional casual game with friends, this definitely qualifies as a fun game. So yeah, mostly saying liking Ticket to Ride more than Gremlins Inc. I'm assuming you mean Gremlins, yeah. Of course, these are just some examples. Definitely open for other suggestions. Other games that already are familiar to most of you, of course, are Don't Starve Together, Shell Shock Live. We've already played those. Chaos Reborn, of course. I will definitely vary with games when I do the stream. But I'm really looking for games that people are interested in playing, rather than going with the games I prefer to play. If I want to do a multiplayer stream, at least I need a few people to join me. So that's why I'm first polling the interest of games. I also wanted to do a stream of Frozen Synapse, but I haven't played Frozen Synapse in quite a while, so I may have issues getting into it again. Maybe I should play it first myself before I stream it, just to remember how it worked. And secondly, I need to log in, and I have no idea what my username and password was, so I will have to reset that probably. Team Fortress 2, yeah, that's another one I have on my list, Maisie. The issue with Team Fortress 2 is that the players who regularly frequent my stream are generally not people who like a game like Team Fortress 2. Let me just open up my list. I made a quick list with games that I have in mind for multiplayer stream. So I'll also type them in the chat so you have no issues with my pronunciation. So we have I do wish I had my own website. Oh. Sorry, I hit a wrong button there. So we have Chaos Reborn. Then we have Gremlins Inc. We have Ticket to Ride. Frozen Synapse. Team Fortress 2, I'll mention it, but of course I can play Team Fortress 2, but if it's just me playing and you guys watching, then it's not what I intend to do with the multiplayer stream. With multiplayer I really mean playing with friends and not just me playing a multiplayer with random people and you, the spectators, just watching me. What else do I have here? Atlas Reactor. Atlas Reactor, which is also played by Tutai and Obsidian Beard, so already a few people that play Atlas Reactor, which is also a turn-based game but simultaneous, bit like Frozen Synapse, and it's team-based, 4 versus 4. But it's very fast-paced, and that's a bit the biggest issue I have with it. It's very fast turns, so you don't have much time to think, and that makes it not as ideal for a stream. They're playing right now, really? Yeah, I know OB has been streaming Atlas Reactor a lot. I've played it a lot for some time and then I kind of stopped playing, but I definitely intend to go back. I'm just not sure it's that suited for a stream because it's so fast-paced. And I like to have games that are more slower and where I can take my time to just chat and explain things on the stream. That's one of the reasons why Gremlins Inc. ranked is also not that great, because it's going so fast. It's already hard for me to follow everything that's going on. If I also have to comment at the same time, it doesn't make for a good stream. Oh, good to know. Yep. Other games. So yeah, Frozen Synapse, I don't know if everyone knows Frozen Synapse. It's also a turn-based game, a bit older, with simultaneous turns, so both players plan their turn and then the turns roll out at the same time. Same with Atlas Reactor. Other games I have here is The Ship. The Ship, there's a remastered version of The Ship. And but I think it's still in early access, and it's a graphically updated version of the original The Ship, which is a fun game to play, I can assure you. I've played Frozen Synapse when it came out mostly, and I think it was a very great game, but I kind of stopped playing it. But if you are into games like Chaos Reborn, Invisible Inc., XCOM, then you probably like Frozen Synapse a lot. What else do I have here? Star Realms. Star Realms, I know Stubar plays Star Realms and Doofus plays Star Realms. Star Realms is a card game, but not a collectible card game. Everyone starts out with the same deck and you can buy cards in the game. So there is this trade row where you can buy cards, so the buying cards mechanic is part of the gameplay. Although it seems like a lot of strategy, I feel that Star Realms is pretty luck dependent who wins the game. It is fun. It certainly is fun. More games. Another one I have here is Talisman Digital Edition, which I own, but I have never played this before, and I think there are a few people around who may have played this game already. I think I saw a post about it in the past on the Chaos Reborn forum. What else do we have? 10. Town of Salem, of course. But I've kind of had a bit of an overdose of Town of Salem. Many of you will know that I've played this game quite a lot for a few weeks in a row. And I also don't like the way the devs are approaching the game. So there are other games, of course, in the same genre, and the developers of Town of Salem are kind of not really listening to the community and trying to grab some cash there. Because the base game is actually free and you can play it online through your internet browser. Well, still a game that is interesting to play at times. What else do I have here? Well, I also have a few games that I don't own myself. Rocket League. I know a few of people on the stream are playing Rocket League or have played Rocket League, but I don't own it personally. I might consider purchasing that at one point. Same with Tabletop Simulator. Tabletop Simulator, which features many community-made board and card games. And I've already been on the fence. At one point I put it on my not interested list on Steam, because I found it cheap for the developers to just create the environment and rely on the community to make the actual games. But on the other hand, I do consider the potential and the amount of content already available.
Geniet van je muziek. Luister naar alle nummers zonder advertenties. Probeer premium gratis.
Well, one of the best things to stream, Maisie, but if you want to attract an audience, you really need to be good at it. I don't even own the game. So I'm definitely considering it. On the other hand, I have so many games in my Steam library that I'm not really in a hurry to buy more. I do not have Twitch Prime, no. I do believe I can use Twitch Prime for a month for free, but I've never gone into that. I know I saw a stream of Total Biscuit and friends playing Secret Hitler, and from what I can see, Secret Hitler also uses Tabletop Simulator, so that seemed like a lot of fun, and I believe there are other games, similar games, with lots of backstabbing, and that's the kind of games that really are fun to play with people you know. I'm just throwing out here one of the other things that I thought about. XCOM Enemy Unknown has multiplayer, and I played it a lot when the game first came out, but it was really buggy, and Firaxis did absolutely nothing to fix those bugs, which is one of the reasons why I got annoyed by Firaxis and I haven't purchased XCOM 2. But it's only 2-player, so basically just 2 players. You can pick some aliens or humans and then you fight each other. Um, Jackbox Drawing 2. Oh, good to know. Let me see what other games I have here. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop numbering them and just put out some more titles here. This War of Mine, I've heard it before, but I don't think I own it. Is that a multiplayer game? Hearthstone. I think I also have Dota 2. Well, mostly Guns of Icarus Online. I've played it for a while with random people. It's not bad, but the developers didn't really listen to the community apparently, which caused a lot of hatred. And there is now like a re-release, so you have to buy it again. It was coming out and someone was publicizing that on Discord recently. I think it was Viking. I gave away some Guns of Icarus because I had a few extra copies left. I believe I gave one to Doom, who I haven't seen online for months. I think Pet also had Guns of Icarus, and yeah, a few others. So Guns of Icarus can be fun. You fly a ship together and you're actually standing on a ship like in a first-person shooter, and you move from one point to another. And it takes a lot of coordination. One of the reasons why I didn't continue playing it, because it is best played with voice chat, and at the time I couldn't play with voice chat because it was too noisy and my daughter was asleep right next to me. But now I have redecorated and I've isolated my room a bit more to make it more soundproof. So voice chat at the moment is no longer an issue, and that makes it that I may give Guns of Icarus another try. Well, XCOM 2 multiplayer, but then you need XCOM 2 first, and I don't own it, and I definitely don't intend to buy it full price. It is something I definitely consider when it goes on a big sale, but I'm kinda angry with Firaxis with their business practice and their lack of support sometimes. And I also don't think XCOM, the new games, are all that great. I think they're a bit overhyped. BS H1Z1, I don't have that one, but... So mostly you asking if Icarus is good and you just bought it? Shouldn't you check up if the game's good before you buy it? TWOM. TWOM. What's TWOM, Maisie? Oh yeah, the XCOM 1 multiplayer. Yeah, it was good when it came out, but it was bugged, and I kinda gave up because Firaxis did nothing to fix it, but I haven't given it a try in years. This war of mine is better than Papers, Please. Let me just check my Steam first to see if I have it. No, I don't. The name sounds familiar. I think I have it in my wish list. Yeah, I have This War of Mine in my wish list. Seems there are already a few DLCs for that. The little ones. Is this some kind of survival game? Yeah. Oh yeah, I recognize it. Yeah. That looked like a very good game, but it's single player if I'm not mistaken, Maisie. So unless I'm completely wrong here, yeah, this War of Mine is a single player game. Or is that one of the games that you can get from Twitch Prime? Was that the point? Few discussions crossing each other here. Yeah, depression bringing games, it's a double-edged sword. I'm not kinda the guy who likes to play depressing, sad games, horror games. But sometimes when they're really good, I can enjoy them. Free with Prime, whoa. Well, that could be a reason to actually get Prime now, but do you also get it if you get Prime for free? Because there was a 1-month trial, I believe. I'm not sure if it's still available, but I guess if you get the 3-month trial, you do not get the free games. If you make the right moral decisions. I do like games that have moral decisions. But we are kind of getting off topic here with This War of Mine because it's not multiplayer. Well, I don't mind discussing single player games, Maisie, but the purpose of the stream, of course, was to get some ideas about multiplayer games that I could stream. And I'm thinking of doing that on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. Of course, there are other games I could consider, such as Left 4 Dead 2, Team Fortress 2, but those are different genres that I think are not generally liked as much. Let's not forget Terraria. Terraria also has multiplayer. But I think we should look more in the strategy genre, because that's what most people here will like and have in common. So either board games, card games, or like turn-based strategy. Those are mostly the kind of games I think that binds us together in a way. By the way, I just asked Steam for a refund for a 5-year-old game and they rejected it. And it's a game called Frey and it doesn't work. You just cannot launch the game, and according to the forums it still doesn't for anyone. And so the game is totally not working. Apparently the developer is out of business and Steam is still selling the game even though it's not working. It just doesn't launch, the server's no longer there, and the game the developer went out of business apparently shortly after the release of the game, and Well, I bought it 5 years ago, never tried it, tried launching it today, and it's not working. And then Steam refund policy says no, only within 2 weeks. Fray. Fray, F-R-A-Y. It looked interesting, but it's a multiplayer only game. And the server is no longer available, so you cannot launch the game, it just doesn't launch. You immediately get booted back to Windows. And still Steam continues to sell it. Now, it was only $5, so I think I bought it on a sale. It was only $5. But when I asked the refund, I mentioned that even if they didn't consider the refund, that I would still appreciate if they took the game out of their store, because Steam should not sell games that don't work at all. And my point is more, because I don't care as much about the $5, but I am more concerned that Steam is selling a game that has not worked for years, has plenty of negative feedback, people who have requested refunds are contacting Steam support, and the game is still available in the Steam store, and that really upsets me. Says enough about Steam, I guess. There's no option to buy it? Then maybe my ticket was successful. Fray Reloaded Edition. Oh no! You cannot? Guess they took it off already. Either I haven't looked very well or they did it after my ticket. That would be cool. Yes, but I have a 64-bit Windows system, Maisie, and it's still not working. So it has nothing to do with the operating system. The game needs you to connect to a server from the devs. The devs are no longer around, the server's no longer around, so the game just doesn't launch. And Steam is not offering refunds. Which I can understand after years, but still. I'm sure the game was available for sale long after the developer was out of business. But now I went off topic. So let me just ask a question. Of all the games mentioned so far, multiplayer games that we could play with people from my stream, spectators, followers, can you give me your top 3 of the games that you would consider playing? Or should I just create a thread on the Chaos Reborn forum that most of you frequent and ask for votes? I'm thinking the most practical way here to get some people together, preferably on Tuesdays. So that's another question, is anyone not available on Tuesdays?
De hele dag muziek luisteren. Geen advertenties. Onbeperkt nummers overslaan. Geen dataverbruik. Probeer Premium gratis.
Or in case you are not interested in playing any of the multiplayer games, do mention that as well. I'm not forcing anyone, and I definitely don't want to push you to purchase something. I'm just trying to get some people together on Tuesdays to play some fun multiplayer games and stream them. And it doesn't need to be one game, we can do several. We can also rack up games like Don't Starve Together or Town of Salem, Shellshock Live, of course. Frozen Synapse, Risk of Rain, and Broforce. Right, I will need to read up on those, Maisie, because Risk of Rain sounds familiar, Broforce I have no idea. Broforce. Well, Broforce looks a lot like Terraria. And honestly, I'm not really a 2D platformer type player. Terraria is really an exception, but I'm quite surprised how similar Broforce looks to Terraria at first sight. Right, I'm gonna follow this game already. XCOM 2 and Chaos Reborn. Well, I definitely think Chaos Reborn is a good candidate either way, so I don't think you need to vote for Chaos Reborn. I do want to mix things up, but I'll definitely do Chaos Reborn once in a while. XCOM 2, me personally, I don't intend to buy it just yet, but XCOM is a valid point. Only XCOM is just 1 versus 1. Unless something changed, doesn't mean it couldn't be fun for a stream, of course. It's not like Terraria. So mostly saying Frozen Synapse, Maisie also saying Frozen Synapse. And then Risk of Rain. Let me just check up on Risk of Rain. I do know Risk. Another 2D game, Maisie. Maisie, no 2D games. I do have Xenonauts, Maisie. I got Xenonauts for a long time before it came to Steam, when it was just in alpha, I believe. And I have only played it back then and have never tried it again. Risk of Rain looks like Terraria. Mount and Blade Warband. Okay, so let's stop listening to Maisie for a moment. Nah, sorry Maisie, I do want to listen to everyone, and if you guys all want to play like a 2D game, I'm certainly open to suggestions. Just know that 2D games generally are not my cup of tea, the 2D platformer ones. Mount and Blade Warband. Let me check up on that one. Mount and Blade Warband. RPG. Multiplayer RPG. Interesting. The thing is also that I am mostly looking for games that you can complete in one playthrough, like in one daily stream. Games like Stellaris or Crusader Kings 2, they also have multiplayer, but those are games that typically take days and days on end to complete. So if you want to play those in multiplayer, that's not really suitable for a stream on one evening. So ideally I would want games that you can complete in half an hour, maybe 2 or 3 hours, but not days. If you understand what I mean. So I'm not sure Mount and Blade Warband Pancake how long one game would take, but since it's an RPG, I'm guessing it would take longer. On the upside, I do notice a lot of people in my friend list who own the game. I personally don't, and I see that I marked it as not interested on my Steam. I'm not sure why. Is it similar to, what's this other game called? I do have this other medieval combat game, which looked a bit similar. I can't remember the name, and I have it and I played it and I didn't like it at all, even though it is a popular one. Ultimate Chicken Horse. Ultimate Chicken Horse. What a title. Ultimate Chicken Horse. I can't even find that on Steam. Chivalry, that's the game I meant, Mosty and Maisie. I really didn't like Chivalry. Really not my kind of game. Takes no time at all, kinda like CK2, you set your own goals and play the way you want, but it's a first or third person game. Yes, but can you play like a full game in a few hours? Because if you say kinda like Crusader Kings 2, I mean you can't play Crusader Kings 2 on a few hours. Yeah, of course you could play a little bit, but if you really want to make it interesting, Crusader Kings 2 is a game that goes on for longer. Chivalry is a mod for Chivalry. Typing Ultimate, it's the first game? No, it's not. Not in my Steam. If I type Ultimate, then the first game I get is the Secret World Ultimate Edition. And I also get Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja, Ultimate General Civil War, Ultimate Arena and Ultimate Doom. Unless Ultimate Chicken is region bound somehow? Is that possible? Ultimate. Oh, I get more if I actually hit the ultimate button, but Ultimate Chicken Horse. Sorry, I find it. Another platformer. You guys are really doing it on purpose. It does look fun though. Recent feedback, overwhelmingly positive. I'm even following the game apparently already. I have too many games I'm following and in my wishlist. I should really clean that out. Players make the platforms. Interesting. A bit like Terraria. In Terraria you can do that. I think in Terraria it's fun to play like Capture the Flag. I've seen people do it and it looked a lot of fun. So rather than having enemies all over the map, just without enemies and two teams. The Barbie game's not multiplayer, Gary. Sorry to disappoint you. Totally sorry, but not. I did find another game today that also seemed like a lot of fun. Pony Island. But it's not multiplayer either. And I already have one friend who wants to have Pony Island, and that's Blobka. And it seems that Stubar and Spite and Malice already own it. It's a game on my wishlist for sure. Let me just type that out for you. Right, back to our multiplayer question. So Mount & Blade Warband, Risk of Rain, Xenonauts, Broforce and Frozen Synapse, and possibly XCOM. And of course the last one was the Ultimate Chicken Horse. Not Barbie Pony Island. No, nothing to do with Barbie, unfortunately. And the popular tags: indie puzzles, psychological horror and hacking. Pony Island. It's like a pony arcade game with hacking. I have a lot of hacking games on my wishlist. It's one of those type of games that I also like to play, such as Uplink in the past and Neuromancer. Neuromancer for sure. Yeah, I think Frozen Synapse, Maisie, is the most mentioned game so far that I also own and really would like to play again. Where other games were mostly mentioned by only one person thus far. And of course, one of the conditions if I want to stream them in multiplayer is that I own them. And if I'm not really have a big interest in the game, I'm not gonna buy it. So Frozen Synapse, perhaps let me just take a look if I can retrieve my credentials and I might do just a quick stream of Frozen Synapse. Does that sound like a plan? Frozen Synapse. Oh, I've got 11 out of 16 achievements in Frozen Synapse. Not bad. Frozen Cortex I don't own. I believe that's the successor to Frozen Synapse mostly. Good night, Gary. Thanks for watching as usual. And do not hesitate to also give us your opinion, Gary. Besides Barbie. Meanwhile, I'm trying to launch Frozen Synapse on my end and see if I can retrieve my credentials. Login failed, so that's not right. Okay, then lost passwords. You have been emailed. Yep, so I still have an email and password. That's good. Yeah, I think Frozen Synapse is a relatively old game by now, so when there are sales it probably goes down pretty low. Not sure about Frozen Cortex because that was more recent. DLC, I'm not sure if I have any DLC for Frozen Synapse. I would need to check that. And I'm not getting the email from Frozen Synapse. Damn it.
Wauw, wat een schoon retro kastje. Even mijn saldo checken. Hallo?
Ja, hallo. Mag ik mijn saldo spreken, alstublieft?
Ja, zeker. Ja. Saldo! Saldo! Sorry, uw saldo is niet bereikbaar.
Met de gratis ING Line account is
Even mijn saldo checken.
veel gemakkelijker. Via de ING-app op uw smartphone checkt u altijd en overal uw saldo. Open nu uw gratis online zichtrekening. Info en voorwaarden op ing.be.
You just check my spam folder. Oh, I have Twitch emails in my spam folder. That's why I didn't see Obsidian Beard was live. Wow. Because I am following him. Not spam. Yeah, I was hoping to show some frozen signups, but I've clicked lost password and I'm not getting the email. Maybe I should try again. You have been emailed your username and password. And now I get it twice. Oh, right. Just a moment, guys. I'm just trying to recover my account here, and then I will show you some frozen signups. For those of you who haven't seen the game before. Although, a word of warning, I will need to get into it myself because it's been a while. A long while, in fact. Right, I'm in. Disallow. DLC activated. So I guess I have a DLC, not sure which one, or if there are several. Frozen signups. Right. Right, I'm gonna end the stream and launch it again, guys, for frozen signups to get separate replays for each game. Gonna end the stream and restart it immediately, so you may need to refresh your Twitch. See you back in a moment, guys.